I started working at Maitland Hospital when I was 18. I've been here for 30 years. The issues that we would have here in the rehab unit are space and therapy space specifically, and that's because of the ageing of the facility. And since I've been here, there's been so many changes and trying to fit so many services into the facility that we actually have. To actually have the funding to be able to do that would be absolutely fantastic.
My job, and I guess I'm still, even though I'm a leader here within the service, I still consider myself a midwife and always a midwife at heart. And there's actually a whole lot of research that backs that up, that if women feel scared or frightened, they actually don't labour very well. So for me, although it sounds, the aesthetics of the room may not seem important, they're actually extremely important. We're in this beautiful rural setting. We have these gorgeous windows and rooms that are actually unfurnished, and what I'd love to see is comfortable environments for the women where they feel safe, where we're utilising the whole of their space.
It's a new strategy that was implemented a few years ago now to try and encourage Aboriginal families to access more healthcare, and in particular mothers and babies and young families. So
I'd like to see some Aboriginal artwork, something to make the place a bit friendlier towards our clients, so that they feel more welcoming, because usually if they see some pretty artwork or whatever else, it just makes them a little bit more comfortable to say that we're taking the time to make it that way for them.
to be able to provide families like that don't have access to healthcare out there a place to stay in the interim would be a really nice thing to be able to offer these Aboriginal families.
Maitland Hospital is a busy hospital, and in the time I have been here, so over that 12 years I've been working at Maitland, the number of patients we see through the emergency department, therefore our fractures and our soft tissue injuries, has escalated dramatically. This theatre is just about 10 years old, and a lot of equipment is designed to last about 10 years, so lots of things are becoming required as to be replaced because of that 10-year lifespan of most hospital equipment, and with lots more patients using them, then in fact probably the lifespan will decrease, unfortunately, and the requirement for new equipment isn't always in the budget that hospitals are given to spend. That's why the Maitland Hospital Foundation can be very helpful in raising funds for some of that equipment that's essential.
You know, we always could use some funding to have better equipment. Things change and technology changes, and there's always newer and better things out there that can aid in diagnostics and providing a smoother pathway for patients through the emergency department.
Maitland's great. As I said, it's a good size. It's growing really rapidly. I mean, this area has got the largest population growth I think in the state. And the hospital is having trouble coping with that growth, and with the change of pattern of how they want patients to flow through the department, and we're working really hard to try and improve that.
To keep people comfortable towards the end of life is something that I think requires a lot of people pulling together. I could put a long wish list up, as I'm sure most people would be able to do in health anywhere. But what we need, I think, is some recognition, if you like, that this is important work.
I love this job. I love the team that I work with. I love Maitland Hospital. It's just so rewarding. It's actually part of my family. And even the staff that I work with, it's part of the family.
I work with a wonderful bunch of midwives, and from the very beginning, student midwives with all their enthusiasm and all their knowledge that they bring from their past as well, that we continually learn from, and we learn as much from them as they do from us. There's a sense of excitement about what we can do and how we can make it better for the families of this community.
Part of my job is connecting with the Aboriginal community, and a good part of that job is learning more and more about their culture and their language, and it has been really enjoyable learning about the Aboriginal people and where they've come from and where they're at now, the language that they use. Yeah, it's been a heap of fun. It's been good.
To get a patient to be able to come into hospital, you get their operation done within that 24 hours, you get them up out of bed the next day, and although they may go home now walking with a walking frame, you can get them home, and then they might still go home on a walking frame, but I know that they can get better from there. So that's the thing I love about orthopaedics. I can help people walk better.
I really like what I do. I think I'm happy just to stay here for now.
I know that I can trust the nurses when they say somebody's sick, somebody's sick. If they say somebody's well, I can trust them that the person's going to be well. And we all work together. And when we're not working, we can chat together, and there's a really nice camaraderie and you know, a really warm spirit in the place.
I just love working with these people. From everyone on the ward, they're fantastic. All the way through here into community health. Oh, I'm just really proud to be here. So, yeah. Now I get a little bit emotional about it, but it's nice. It's really nice to help build community and relationship, especially when we're dealing with dying people. Like I said before, it's not fashionable, but someone's got to do it.